Good afternoon. This is Lurking Lately. We're continuing our Pagan Run campaign. When we last left off, we'd captured a piece of Gascony from the Umayyads. Our wife is almost of age, so that's a good thing. We're kind of doing the scholarship focus. Haven't finished it off yet, but we will soon. We've got like a situation where people really want gavel kind of succession for some reason. Again, I think it's because we just have low diplomacy, and we are a kinslayer. So that's just something we're gonna have to deal with constantly for this guy's lifetime. So what I was thinking about doing is just continuing to attack the Umayyads to get more like de jure of Frankian land, even though it doesn't show. You know, it would be like all of this stuff right here. But you know, I have a council member on my council who's discontent, who bribed every single member on the council. Which actually, you know, there's only one guy who was probably expensive. The rest of these guys were pretty cheap, probably. So you know, he doesn't want to, you know, he wants to thwart. He's basically against anything that I do, and since they have to vote along with him, they're against truce breaking and attacking the Umayyads. And that's actually not a big problem for me. You know, we can definitely use to keep, you know, we can definitely stand to keep more prestige just to have people like us more. And they are dealing with a liberation revolt here, so this will probably be like a free Catholic state here. What I'm hoping, best case scenario, is that the Umayyads manage to defeat this rebel army, and you know, in the process, keep losing men, so that, you know, we can eventually redeclare war on them in 5 years. I don't think that's going to happen. It looks like this revolt's gonna happen, and you know, on the one hand, it's not bad because it weakens the Umayyads, and it doesn't really strengthen the Holy Roman Empire. And you know, so that's the good news. The bad news is that it'll be another, you know, Catholic nation with, you know, 8,000 troops from events. Like, normally they wouldn't have such a large army, but because it is a rebellion, once they win the rebellion, this becomes their standing army. So, and the reason why that's bad is that, you know, if we were to declare a holy war on them, probably the Holy Roman Empire and the Pope would join in. And then if we were to declare war on the Holy Roman Empire, then the Pope and these guys with their 8,000 troops or so would join in. But hopefully that gets whittled down in successive wars, and it becomes less of an issue. We could just raise a levy and just go in and attack these rebels, just so it's not an issue. But I do want to kind of preserve manpower because we are facing a potential civil war, and we should probably start getting to raiding, just so we can keep on building up our demands. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to chill out, we're going to raid, we're going to get money, hopefully get some Viking traits and whatnot, and we'll take it from there. So let's discount the 971 from the retinue. And let's disband these largest units here, so like the 1751. On the other hand, I do have, you know, my marshal here reinforcing the levy, so maybe we'd be better off cutting off some of these guys, like maybe this 1018 guys, we'll get rid of them. And, because we're limited by our boat size, obviously. And maybe we'll get rid of these 1,000 guys. And so this is 43. So let's get rid of, like, this army here. That's 30, you know, 3,500 men. That looks good to me. Let's march this guy up here. Get the boats over here. Pick up these guys here. Looks like I'm sick. Hopefully it's... Oh my god, I hope it's not consumption. And there's no disease in my area. Okay, so let's put these guys on a boat. I'm gonna boat it on over here. Auto balance the unit. Throw ourselves on here. Change them to raiders. Load them up. And let's go looting. This all looks like a really rich land here. So let's like start in Wessex, or maybe even Cornwall here. And we'll just kind of go up and along here. So yeah, let's start in like Sussex, and we'll head west because maybe we'll have a large enough army that they won't attack us. Yeah, let's seek treatment for our illness. Okay, the flu's not that bad. We're still kind of young. We'll probably survive it. Even though we'll probably get attacked, let's speed up time just so it's not so boring sitting around watching this. The other thing I was thinking my time off is that, you know, we are having a lot of problems with family members. So, you know, if you're not comfortable, you don't feel it's necessary to land your family members. Excellent. So my concubine's pregnant. So this means I'll at least have some kind of heir. It should lessen people's desire to murder me. That's the hope, at least. Also, looks like we need to get a new court chaplain. Okay. So we're about halfway up on loot already. Let's get out of here. It also looks like we're too large of an army for this kingdom to deal with, so let's just raid it as much as we can here. We can do these like one province or a few province nations later. I'm going to keep my findings secret, but I am going to take the scholar trait. You know, our scholarship's, in the end, not that bad. We probably could have gone Hermetic Order. Of course, it will drop by 3 once we switch out focuses. And so we're going to do that in May of 1889. Alright, got the Viking trait. That's good. Well, he's got a good sign. He is sickly and he has a concubine, but, you know, at least we have an heir. He doesn't look like he's a part of any of these factions, so I'm not worried about him. Alright, absolutely, I'm going to take the kind trait. And probably once we're done looting Kent, we'll have enough cash to go home. Alright, so we can finally get married. Let's take a look at her stats. She looks really, really good. Really good. So let's marry. I mean, both are really useful. Let's take the gold. Also, since we do now have a wife, let's set aside our concubine. And hopefully we'll have some natural-born children. We also have a bunch of money, so let's go ahead and spend it on our demands. Excellent. So we survived the flu. That's good, because you never know. Alright, well, we're full up on loot. Let's get out of here and bring the money home. Unfortunately, these are all too large to join our levy, so... Let's load them back on. And we'll go for Middlesex next. Wait, wait. Oh, that looks like a civil war to me. Alright, so let's take our guys off. Drop down our ships. And let's take a look at the Holy Roman Empire. So it looks like there's a revolt going on. I say the first people we try to attack is we try to do a holy war for Champagne. And then we'll go and attack the Holy Roman Empire itself. Like, we'll try to take Trier. That's probably a good one. And we'll see where we're at. Now, hopefully, our... So they've got 17,000 men. We've got close to 17,000. We also have money to hire mercs with. If worst case, if worse comes to worse. So yeah, I think we should, let's give it till the end of the month, and then we'll go attack the rebels. And hopefully our council won't vote no. Okay, so I think it's because of this asshole here. You know, he basically bought off the council. The favors expire in 3 months' time. So let's let those 3 months run. It'll give us some time to get a little more cash, a little more levy. Alright, let's take a look at our council. Alright, so I think hopefully we should be able to. If not, we can bribe people. We'll do a holy war for Champagne. Let's raise up our vassals, ourselves. We'll raise up all the vassal levies just so we can get guys there faster. And we'll all meet up in Amiens. Let's also send these ships here that aren't doing anything. We'll send them south to Marsan, so we can pick up that army. Let's load this guy on and like throw him here. Take these two guys, march them over. And then, just in case there's some people that can't get on boats, yeah, we'll have them march down. Alright, let's get our armies into position. Speed time up a little bit. Looks like we've got a decent-sized army here already. Let's throw on the commanders. Head into Brie. And in fact, we'll tell all these stragglers just to head on straight to Brie. Looks like this guy's about to be attacked. Let's throw on a commander, give him a better chance to survive. Looks like our marshal has passed away. Let's throw on this powerful vassal. He's not that much worse. We'll have him train troops. Alright, that should be it for the boats. So it looks like the rebel army's coming here. But they're going for Auxerre. So we'll let them fight the Holy Romans. The HRE, whatever you want to call them. Let's give her the extra health. Alright. I don't know why you get like locked out of like certain generals being in charge. Yeah, we got the money for it. Let's do it. Is he corrupt or anything like that? No, he's not. So let's do it. We can also level up in our group, so let's do that. And we can appoint new commanders, so let's go ahead and do that. Maybe we can switch out this guy for a better commander. This is all going very well so far. I guess the Pope's gotten involved, but, you know, Pope's gonna Pope. I definitely want the charitable, so let's buy her something nice. And we're slowly starting to, well, I guess we didn't get the trait, but you know, we want to try to raise our diplomacy as much as possible because we're not very good at diplomacy. It also looks like the rebels are fighting the HRE directly, so this will weaken up the HRE for when we attack them. Alright, we got a daughter. That's fine. Let's rush these sieges if they're real low. Alright. So it looks like the Pope's finally coming in. This is farmlands. There is a river crossing penalty, so maybe we'll just hang out here while he frees up that land. Let's do that. Okay, it looks like he's coming for us. Let's cross our fingers, hope this goes well. think we got this. So let's chase them down. He's got some money, so let's keep him. Same here. We'll sacrifice this guy to Odin. Keep him. That looks like another sacrifice to Odin. Keep him. So it looks like we've kind of gotten all the war score we can for battles. Maybe not. Let's finish off these guys. I guess not. Yeah, let's finish these guys off. Alright, let's just finish off these assaults. And force peace. We'll disband our armies. We'll bring our retinue up to like Julich, and let's talk distributing lands. Alright, I just want to make sure this doesn't become a theocracy. All we got left is cities, so let's put the vassals in that are not good. We got some baronies. Let's put some high marshal guys on there. We got left is counties. I'd consider giving this son the duchy, but I still don't know if I'm going to have another good son. So I want to keep him around just so I can keep the opinion going. And he's 2, so he won't be very good at administering the land. So let's just say, I guess the capital is going to be Rem. Okay. Breed of this guy. Swap to that guy. And look, nice content guy to take Rem. And can we create the duchy? We sure can. Let's do that. Grant it to this guy. Now let's take a look at our troop count. We can raise around 18,000, a little less. Let's take a look at the HRE. They can only do 14,000. Of course, the Pope's going to join in. We also kind of want anything from like Middle Francia and Burgundy West. I don't have enough prestige for a great conquest. But so let's just do a holy war for Trier. Well, down here would be nice too. What's over here? Paris. Yeah, let's do a holy war for Paris. That's more counties. It's probably richer. So let's move this guy back up to like Evreux. Kent will join in too. Do not care. So yeah, let's do that next. Raise up our troops. Raise up the vassal levies. And we'll all meet up in Everell. Oops. And do the same over here. Okay. We may want to consider purchasing mercenaries for this one. We'll see how it goes. But hopefully this one goes smoothly as the last war. And then we'll even think about, possibly truce breaking if that civil war is still going on. Alright, let's get our men into position. Check if Jarl Ovar is part of anything. He doesn't appear to be, so we won't bother him. I think we got a good enough size army. Let's get in there and start sieging. That should be everyone, except for these last couple stragglers. So let's drop down our fleets. Seems like we have significantly less guys than I thought we would have. Maybe we should get some mercenaries. Just because I'm guessing by now the Pope hasn't joined in. let's hold off, and then if we see a large enemy army, we'll pull back like that right there. Slow time down a little bit. In fact, let's meet here. Give us a little bit more time. Let's pull back further. Let's march into Sen, see if he takes the bait. Looks like he's running away. It's not a good place to fight, so let's go to Bar. Still not a good place to fight. Alright, fuck it. Let's just go back, start sieging this stuff down. Since we do have a bunch of mercenaries reinforcing us, let's just rush these sieges. So what else can we do? We should probably change our focus, since I forgot to do that. Let's change it to family so we get that extra fertility and health. Hell yeah, we're gonna capture him. Well, we already are at 100% war score. Let's capture him. He's got some money. Let's keep him. And since we captured the king, we'll enforce our demands. Let's distribute out this land. Give away the temples first. Let's keep this guy because he's content. Let's give the temples to people who aren't necessarily content. I guess he's part of a rebellion, so we can't have him join. We could make this guy the Duke here. So let's keep him on the side. And I'm assuming Paris is the capital of the Paris Duchy. He's my brother-in-law. Yeah, what the hell? Let's throw him on top of the Duchy of Paris. The good news is we're starting to have relatives that don't have claims, so it'll get easier to place, members of our bloodline in places without having to worry about constant civil wars. And can we create the Duchy of Paris? We sure can. And now let's take a look kind of at where everything stands. I'm inclined to leave the rebels alone. We're gonna have a truce break anyways. But we can do like a... So, right now people like me more because I got lots of prestige. We are running up the raised levies, limit. But at this point, the Emperor can only call 4,000. And so you figure, even if the Pope joins, that's 14,000. We're down to like 6,000 though. I mean, we got money to raise a mercenary army. I don't know if I should risk the truce break with so few troops. Hey, how you doing, the Great Katana? So, at this point, the Holy Roman... Let me know what you think. At this point... Alright, how are you doing? So at this point, the Holy Roman Empire can only raise like 5,000 men. We can raise around 7,000. But Christians joining in can join in, especially like the Pope. And he can probably hire like 10k in mercenaries and stuff. And I am at like -18 for raised troops. And I do have dangerous factions. On the same token, like, now is like the time to strike against the Holy Roman Empire, and I got some money, so I could buy some mercs. You think I should truce break and take another province? Oh, keep in mind that my diplomacy is terrible. I'm a kinslayer. And so I'm not the most popular guy. You think I should truce break? I don't know, man. I like the way you think, man. I was doing some thinking too. If I didn't have dangerous factions at this level, and if I wasn't so terrible at diplomacy, I would truce break. But I mean, like, let's take a look at it. If I was to truce break right now, it would cost me 3,000 prestige roughly. And I think the prestige is the only thing that's keeping my vassals in line right now. Because I'm not the most popular guy in the kingdom. So let's take a break. Let's go raiding. Bring our troops back home. It's not that bad. Once you get like with this game, since you just started playing, once you screw up a couple times, you kind of realize what you have to do, and you never really know because a lot of stuff just comes in randomly, I say we just chill out a little bit, let our levies regrow, and just raid England for a while. How do you like the game so far? I hope you picked this up for free on Steam. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. You know, like I tend to like with these types of paradox games, I tend to like binge, and then I'm like, okay, I'm done, and then I come back like 6, 7 months later and I start binging again. I actually threw some tutorials on my YouTube. Don't know how helpful they are, but they're like for absolute beginners. So if you want, check it out. Otherwise, you know, hang out and let me know what you think. Well, you know, it all starts off a little bit. The truth is, I've been playing like easy scenarios, like the early, I want to say like 760 something start. I started out as like a 3-county duke here, but it's off Munso, so you know your firstborn son is Ragnar Lodbrok, so you automatically get a bloodline, and it's you know, tribals are a little more difficult than feudals, but there are like some major advantages to them. Like early on, before you go feudal, you can raise a bunch of armies, like really powerful armies that are kind of technologically backwards. So that can kind of get you like your initial push. And then also, like you start off with a holy site owned, so you only have to conquer 2 more holy sites and raise your moral authority enough to like reform your religion. So this is actually like an easy game, but you know, it's fun. Sometimes it's fun to just be the Vikings and just stomp everyone's face in, you know? Let's take siege equipment so we can get faster sieges. And it looks like we can pick other stuff as well, so let's just take trade practices to round it out. Yeah, Ireland, as long as it's not like okay, Ireland Middle Ages, so like that's like the 1100s start period, that's the easiest one. But I will tell you this about the Ireland start. Yes, it's the easiest one. However, and this is the big however, it's not necessarily the most fun start, because you do spend a lot of time sitting around, you know, trying to fabricate claims. Like, you know, your first one, you know, assuming you're feudal, like, you know, you have to get enough to get the duchy. Then you can do duchy claims, and then you know, then it gets more difficult again. But to get the claims, yeah, they call Ireland Noob Island. But then the other thing is like if you pick Ireland in an early start, they're also tribal. But they're Catholic, so they can't raid. And then sometimes the Vikings come in and start invading the place, and it's just not a good time. Oh yeah, we have to do something about all our prisoners. So I think we're gonna get some good money for this. Oh yeah. Have you played like EU4 or Stellaris or anything like that? I gotta say, like, okay, so like, I'm kind of an, oh yeah. Uh, Yeah, I actually never played Age of Empires, to be quite honest. I did start out like playing Civilizations, but after I found like basically Europa Universalis 3, I was like, oh, I can't go back to. I just can't go back. It's just I think like these kind of like paradox grand strategies are kind of like the peak, you know. Let's see if anyone else can get ransomed. Doesn't look like. Oh, this guy can. Alright, so we got some more money. Let's build some more stuff in our demands. I'll build some upgraded barracks. Some fortifications. Yeah, there's a like, with all of the DLC that comes out for these games, there's a lot of bells and whistles. I really like it. Although I've heard great things about Age of Empires. It's probably real cheap to pick up nowadays. All right. Just gotta keep burning down these places. What's the CR3? Are you kidding me? I had no idea. Alright, let's take a look at how we're doing for cash here. We're about halfway full. Let's go to Wessex. That looks pretty rich. I'll go check it out as soon as the stream is done. Absolutely. Okay, so what does he want? This guy's an asshole, though. Do I want to give him anything? So he's the Jarl of Skane. And he wants Stein. I'll give him Stein. And let's take what else we can hold a Great Blot. I think that's a good idea. We got to keep our vassals' approval of us as high as possible. Yeah, honestly, okay, so if you go to my YouTube, okay, so the problem is a lot of this stuff on YouTube, it's either outdated or it's like it makes an assumption that you know the very, very basics of the game. If you go to my YouTube, there'll be like a Crusader Kings Absolute Beginner's Guide, and you really only have to watch the first episode. Everything else is kind of, you know, really not that important. But basically, I go through and I show what all the buttons do and what all the stuff does, and hopefully that gives you kind of the setup that you need to start playing the game. But then again, I do have a vested interest in pimping off my stuff, so take it with a great of salt. All right, let's hold the Great Blot. Kill some Christians or Muslims. And it looks like we can hire a new commander, so let's do that. Absolutely. okay. Where you live? Okay. Well, thanks for hanging out, man. You know, actually, right here, I'm in Flanders. I'm not too far off. That's where my personal demance is, right here. Alright, so the blot's done. We got some bonus to fighting. And more importantly, our vassals don't hate us. But it looks like they're coming to kick us out. So let's get out of here. I don't want to lose my army. Let's go up to like, let's go to Cornwall. They've only got 651 men. Oh yeah. Okay, so you know, there's two schools of thought on that, and one is like, yeah, you learn a lot more by starting as a tiny nation. Plus, the accomplishment you get from starting as like a one county count, and then eventually forming a kingdom and even an empire, maybe, super satisfying. But there is a lot of waiting around, and there, you know, it can be frustrating being so weak, you know, relative to others. But it is a good way to learn the ropes. Yeah, I can do that, certainly. Let me know when. Is this better? More? Good now? Alright. I never know, like, how loud to do it, and then I have to end up, like, fixing it in the mix afterwards. I'm new at all this stuff, you know? I figured, though, you know, I'm gonna be... It's a rainy day here where I'm at. You know, I'm just outside of Washington, D.C. And... I don't really care if they kill him. It's kind of like a rainy day, and, like, I'd be playing this game anyways, so I figured, what the hell, why not stream it, you know? What happened? Oh man, you better get to it. All right. What's the project on? Alright, so we've burnt that down. We're full up on loot. Let's come home. And I become exalted among men. That's nice. Let's... Let's groom an heir, just so we have more fertility. Because we need to make a... We need to start making babies, you know? Huh. Seems excessive for John Wick. Is this are you like a film major or something like that? Okay. I actually just saw John Wick 2. John Wick 3, I should say. And, you know, the plot's a little crazy, but man, that is a fun movie. All of those are. Alright, let's build some more stuff for our demands. And let's see what our troop count's looking like. And our truces. So we actually don't have truces with the Holy Roman Empire or the Umayyads anymore. Unfortunately, HRE can raise around 19,000 men. And we can raise like a max of 21,000, but we've only got like half of our personal levy. Let's take a look at the Umayyads. They can raise even more. I think the best thing to do... What was a joke? I think the best thing to do is just to continue raiding. Until we see like another opportunity. I take it the teacher didn't take it well? Oh, okay. Let's drop... let's drop the least amount of men we can. Well, Great Katana, I don't know what to tell you. Don't give your teachers guff. Otherwise, they'll be stuck writing papers. Alright, let's get our raiders out again. And see who we can raid. Dorset looks pretty good. So does Suffolk and Norfolk. Let's start in Dorset and kind of work our way east and up. You know what, actually, probably the safer bet would be like to start up here in Hull and come down. Since we're only going to lose troops while we raid. Alright, looks like we got a peasant revolt. Let's see where they're at. Alright, that's not so bad. Let's raise up our vassal levies. And meet, like, Schleswig. This should be enough to deal with these guys. We'll throw on a general. This should definitely be enough. That's not so bad. You know what the difficult thing about this game, actually, in my opinion, the thing about this game is that it doesn't, like, you have to kind of keep in mind that you're not playing a nation, you're playing a family. Yeah, and kind of the rules are wonky because they try to simulate like medieval warfare and stuff. But once you get like wrap your brain around that, then it's a lot more it's a lot less difficult. All right, let's make a friend with this guy. Also, I haven't done like any missions, so let's duel this guy. All right. Alright, my wife's pregnant again. Hopefully it's a boy. Let's rank up in our society. Looks like our firstborn needs a focus. Let's give him like a military focus. So we'll pick struggle. Oh, like playing as the Eastern Roman Empire? You know, the good thing about playing as Byzantium is, well, first, you got amazing technology. Your government type's not that bad. And, you know, the biggest problem is going to be the Abbassids. But, you know, if you kind of consolidate, you know, you fight your wars with the miners, and then with you know, the pagans that are up and around here, you'll be in like a good shape. That one good war kind of knocks the Abbassids off their feet, and then he's just kind of plowing through them. I should do a Byzantium run. It actually used to be a lot easier, if I'm being honest, because they had like a primogeniture succession, not an elective one. So, alright, so my daughter needs a focus too. We're gonna give her struggle. You know, if you're a Norse pagan, always have your daughters be struggling. Excellent. Some of my lands are starting to embrace our culture. We've got some more prosperity in our lands. Let's move our focus back to our capital. Oh, by the way, how you doing, Shiagoroth? Well, you guys are in luck. This is only like the third time I've had a stream with 2 people in it at the same time. Amazing. Alright. Well, not the genius boy I was hoping for. But he's not a child of a concubine, and my wife's still pretty young. Alright, we should be just about full up on gold. We'll just march into here just to top off. Alright, let's get out of here. Let's take a look at what's going on around us. So it looks like he is distracted in another war. Looks like he's attacking Romagna. It probably won't distract him for long. If we had a full levy, I'd feel more comfortable taking him on. Unfortunately, as we're constantly raiding, we're constantly losing men. Oh yeah, roll back and update. That makes sense. How you liking it? Hey, Shiagorth, if you ever do stream it, let me know. I'll watch it. I've never actually watched the I've watched the After the End mods and the Game of Thrones, but never the Elder Scrolls mod. So let me know. I'd love to see it. So I think actually I'm gonna probably put a pin in it here. I've been streaming for a while. I'm also thinking that, well, I'm also thinking like if we capture just a little more HRE land, we'll be like in a good position. And I don't know, like I may call it quits on this. I just want to kind of have out there like in video terms like a way to get from being like a duchy to an empire, and just being in a position where you can kind of just start rolling over people. That's cool, man. The important question is which Daedra, There's a big difference between like Azura and Boethia. But I think I am going to stop it right here. Thank you so much, guys, for hanging out. Shiagorth, I'm sorry I'm cutting this as soon as you showed up. I don't mean to be rude, but I got to get some stuff done. I'll probably be streaming again later on tonight. So, if you guys enjoyed this, please stop by. Otherwise, y'all have a good night. Have a good day. I'm thinking after about... Okay, so I'm thinking around like 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If I look at my watch here, that would probably be in about like 5 hours time or something like that. 4 or 5 hours time. Well, yeah, you are in Belgium. I don't expect you to be awake at 3 a.m. in the morning. It'd be a hell of a Monday for you. But guys, thanks so much for hanging out. I'm gonna see if I can get some. Oh yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get some streams out also during the week this week, because I have to go away for kind of a family situation all next weekend. But I hope you guys liked this. I hope you found it fun, and have yourselves a good night.